Hi guys, Kate here from Love Your Body Fitness, and we're going to go through a little hip mobility routine. Hip mobility is a huge issue for me and frankly for most of us, especially if you sit sometimes or like too much. You're going to have some issues with your hips. The heavier your hips are, the heavier your back and knees are going to be. So making a little bit of time for hip mobility before you lift, after you lift, before you run, after you run can really set you up for success in terms of what your body can do and how much pain and injuries you have to deal with in your life. So we're going to start with this is a lacrosse ball. You can use a tune-up ball, or well, tennis balls don't work as well because they're a little bit too smushy. But tune-up ball, lacrosse ball, elbow ball, those all work really, really well. And we're going to start on your kind of side hip. So we're going to get the ball right here, we're going to lie on it, we're going to roll it all the way forwards and backwards and across the top of my hip, okay? So I have both knees here on the floor. Oh, that feels good and juicy in there. And then you're just kind of shifting your hips forwards and backwards, rolling over the good things. Okay, so these guys tend to get fairly tight from sitting. They're going to impact kind of both your, we're kind of getting a little bit hip flexory, TFL, and then you're going to get a little bit into the glute med here as well. So this stuff's going to affect the front and the back of your hip. Okay, if you find a really good spot, you can kind of just move in a little bit to there. I want you to notice where those bad spots are and really, give them extra attention until they ease up a little bit. I find often as well, anytime we've gone through stressful times in our lives, these muscles, especially in women, will get a little bit extra angry here. It's got about 10 more seconds left on this little body part. And then we're going to move on to the necks, okay? So you're going to lie on your back, the ball is going to go right underneath the big top side of your rump. You can imagine that the ball is an eraser, and you're going to try to erase your entire leg. Okay? So lying on your back, I like to cross my ankle over my knee, ball goes underneath my butt, and then I'm just going to start to take the ball side to side, nice and slow. We don't want to rush this, okay? You kind of bounce over all of the important things if you go too quick. So be nice and slow. And again, if you find a spot that you have a lot of sensation in, then you can spend a little bit of extra time there, see if you can kind of dig it out. If you haven't rolled before, this might feel excruciating. And it would be totally okay to do the exact same rolling, but against the wall, so standing upright against the wall, you'll have an easier time controlling the pressure from that position than you will on the floor with kind of gravity and all your body weight on the ball. So don't be shy if you feel like too much, just take yourself up to the wall. Working your way a little bit lower now. Remember, you're trying to cover all of the space of that big muscle in the back. Now, rolling has a couple of different effects on your body. One of them is absolutely going to be like releasing tight spots and adding a little bit of fascial stretching. But the other thing is kind of helping the brain muscle connection. So in clients whose glutes don't fire very well, I will have them roll their glutes before they do, squats, deadlifts, lunges, anything where I really need their glutes to be working properly. And that can kind of help connect their brain to their butts and help those muscles fire really well. Okay, we are done with that butt cheek. And we're going to flip to the other butt cheek. Okay? So you're still lying on your back, we're on the other side now. And again, you're just taking that ball side to side, up and down. And you're moving nice and slow, making sure you're covering all of the space in your seat. So your glutes are so important, right? Your core can't really function properly without a lot of glute engagement. And then your glutes really connect your lower body to your upper body. So, things are heavy for our upper body. If we need to lift something that's big, like a child, for instance, we need to use the strength of our legs, and our glutes are going to be what connects the power in our legs to our upper body so that we can really make life difficult and can put you at higher risk of back as well as knee injuries. I would also say posture issues as well. So if you're somebody who maybe has osteoporosis or worries about having osteoporosis in the future, making sure you've got a good pair of active, strong glutes can actually be really helpful in setting your body up for success, making sure that you're not losing your posture as you age, and also protecting your back, right? Really, really important to protect your back. So we got about 20 seconds left on this butt cheek before we go into our side hip on this side. So it's a good time to find, last little bit of time on anything that feels particularly icky in there. If you do this regularly, it gets way less painful. So I always say if it hurts a lot, then you need to do it more. If it doesn't hurt so much, then maybe you don't have to do it as much. Okay, so we're gonna go to the side hip now on this other side. Tuck that ball in there and work your way through. So kind of right on the ball, and you're working forwards and backwards, finding what you can there. So after we release these muscles with our ball, we're actually going to do a little bit of stretching for them as well. I'm going to show you my favorite stretch that covers so many bases. So these balls, I have one in my purse, in my car, in my office, and in my family room, and probably like 5 other places. If I travel, I bring it with me in whatever bag I'm carrying on the airplane, because you just never know when you're going to need to roll things. So highly recommend like $2.99 unless you buy a ball, which is a little better and a little more expensive. But like, just throw it in your purse and you're going to be ready to go. All right, last couple seconds on this hip, so make sure you get into all of the good stuff there. Oh, my puppy's brought over her ball. Okay. All right, so take that ball out now, and we're gonna find a 90-90 shape. There you go. So we're gonna have a 90-degree bend in the front, and a 90-degree bend in the back. And the first thing that you're gonna do here is press this front knee down and sit up tall. You might feel a stretch somewhere in this back leg, right here. You might feel something in this hip. People often ask me, like, where should I feel this stretch? And I always say, it depends. We're all going to feel it in different places, right? Depending on what we do, how our anatomy is, how we sleep. It's really normal for people to feel stretches in all sorts of different places. All right, now we're going to sit up nice and tall, and you're going to fold forwards over this front leg. Now, if you are a more bendy type person, you got more mobility, you're going to lean your chest more past your foot, and that's going to give you a deeper stretch. I am a less bendy person, so I'm somewhere in the middle, and if you're really not a bendy person at all, aim towards your knee, and that's where you're going to have kind of a little, you'll still get a stretch there, but it's not going to be as intense as trying to go over here. All right, so this stretch is really similar to like a figure 4. You can do this sitting sitting at your desk with your ankle crossed over your knee, but I really like it in this 90-90 shape. Stretching is also a really nice reminder to breathe. The more you can kind of take some slow, deep, relaxing breaths while you stretch, the more benefit you're going to get. And you can think about relaxing into the stretch on your exhales. back. I'm going to start by sitting up just really nice and tall here. Always like to notice as well if one side feels tighter or different than the other side. It's pretty normal to have on one side you feel more on one part of your leg, on the other side you feel a different place. But just be aware that those imbalances can add up over time, and you definitely need to injuries. So if you notice those imbalances, it's a great reason to do well on this, but also to get a great massage therapist or ART specialist to help you work on those imbalances. All right, guys, we're gonna take a nice big breath in, and then we're gonna fold forwards over your front leg. The same thing here, remember, bendier folks, you are gonna head over towards this front foot. And less bendy folks, you'll be somewhere in the middle or towards the knee. Remember with your stretches, you're really trying to find that comfortably uncomfortable place, right? So you absolutely shouldn't be in excruciating pain. You should be able to breathe deeply and easily in a relaxed way. It's nice to feel something. If you're stretching around an injury, I always say you don't even need to feel anything, right? You stretch things and take things all the time without feeling it at all, right? Just sitting in a desk opens up your hip flexors, but you don't really feel that while you're doing it. So if you do have an injury, back it off a whole bunch and stay a little bit longer, but try to make sure you're in a place where there's not a lot of sensation because you don't want to pull on a muscle that's trying to feel too much, right? And over time, especially if you're breathing and relaxing, you should be able to get a little bit lower. But again, it's not important how low you go, right? Take your time getting there. Don't push yourself into a stretch that's too deep for you. Tall, if that feels right for you, or come up onto your forearm if that feels good. Coming up to your center, we're going to do just a little bit of side to side movement. Come up and over. Tell you that you're ready to squat. Okay, so the next one is a nice hip flexor stretch. So back knee is on the floor. Don't be shy to pad that knee up if that feels better for you. And all we're gonna do is press your hips forward, think about lifting your chest up, feel a stretch somewhere in the hips. And then as you exhale, you're gonna press your hips back and straighten out your front leg. So let's do that about 4 more times. I like to move through this one with my breath. It's a nice reminder to really slow down and take your breath. Now we often think of stretching as, really just physical, but if you can add some breathing into it, breathing deeply has such an incredible impact on your nervous system and on your ability to exercise hard, right? You need to be able to take in oxygen efficiently. So it's a nice time to focus in on your breathing. I always notice after even just 2 minutes of focused deep breathing, I can feel entirely different. Alright, that's the last one on this side. And then we're going to take the other side. Now after you create space in your body, so that's what we just did, right? We rolled some stuff out, now we're stretching things out. The next important step is to load it. So we want to actually move into this space that we created in your body. Not just go back and sit on our desk and all the same things that we take again tomorrow, right? So
find